or they try to.
All right, welcome back to the Pittsburgh Business Virgin. My name is Jimmy Wells, and we're here with Christopher Evans, Vice President of TrueFit, and Bradley Hillbert, CEO and President of Three Rivers Wealth Management Group. It is said that over the next 5 years, there's going to be a lot of corporate America, men, women of all shapes and sizes leaving to go become their own entrepreneurs.
All shapes and sizes? This is a hell of a segue to you. And Chris, what do you think? Well, depending on which shape and size you are.
And by that I mean they could be old, young, have been in business of all types of industries.
Eat too many cheesesteaks. Yeah. We don't know.
spent too much time at the bar. So, Christopher, I wanted to see what kind of advice for somebody that is considering leaving and getting and starting something because they have a good idea, whatever it might be.
Good luck recovering this segment.
Thanks, I appreciate
see what we can do there.
So, what advice would you have for a corporate America of whatever stature you want, starting their own business? What advice would you have for that?
Better.
Well, let me see what I can do with this, right?
All right.
Well, you know, it's a difficult time for a lot of Americans right now in the market.
All joking aside, absolutely.
All joking aside, it's not a wonderful time to be flourishing in your career. It's a tough time to do that. Companies are still battened down. It's still tight. I will say that the good news for someone looking to leave a position in corporate America for something more entrepreneurial is it's a great time to incubate.
Absolutely.
There's a lot going on in the small investment communities. Technology today is reducing barriers to getting into market. There are a lot of ways that you can get a product to market quickly. Minimal viable product, something we talk a lot about at TrueFit. And what that means is really getting an idea out to market, getting a product to market that enables you to put things into a user's hands and get them very excited and then determine what the next iteration of a product looks like. Why is that important to someone leaving corporate America? It's possible. You have to be prepared. Your own personal situation will dictate whether or not you can do it in many cases. If you're 25 years old and you're looking to leave and start something with a few of your friends, I would say surround yourself with people who've done it before. If you're 52 years old and you're ready to send your daughter to college, you have different considerations that are in play, but it doesn't mean don't do it. The key is, if you've got the entrepreneurial spirit, if you have an opportunity to bring a product idea to market, surround yourself by great people who've been there. Do your research. There's a lot of information about this available for free on the internet. Most of it quite good, some of it not so good. And get in touch with communities that support new ideas. Groups here locally in Pittsburgh, like the Innovation Works program or Alpha Lab, for those of you who might not be familiar with, these are our groups that take funding and provide them and put them in the hands of entrepreneurs who have great ideas. It's seed funding. It's the very first, the very first piece of what you get. Those are incubators. Incubators are here to help. Incubators are a godsend if you've got a great idea. Reach out to them. Talk to people about your idea. You can't put your idea in front of enough people. Cover it with an NDA if you must, but understand that you're going to get a lot of advice.
What's that stand for?
A non-disclosure agreement.
Okay.
You want to be careful. Intellectual property is very difficult to protect with technology, technology ideas, but you still want to look into it.
I think you can't take that lightly, what you just said, because a lot of times you have a great idea, you sit across from someone, they actually have the money and the resources
and they'll get to market first.
Yeah, they'll get to market
first.
first.
That's another thing I would say. Speed is very, very important even now in these economic times in getting a product to market. What I mean by that is you cannot simply marinate on an idea for a year and hope that no one else is going to think of the same thing. I have seen this countless times with iPhone app ideas and tablet apps and iPad. There's a flurry of activity in this space, and everyone feels that their idea is the most unique, the coolest. But I want to make sure it's perfect before you get to market. No, do not do that. You are better off getting something in the hands of your users, even if it's a small shadow of
And
what
have
it can
version
be.
2.0 right
Version
behind
2.0.
it.
And frankly, if you're going to go in front of the investment community, you had better have a demo like that.
Yes.
People will not fund you with a PowerPoint and a lot of
Yeah.
razzmatazz and 2-year projections on nothing. Go in there with something. Build something, putting it in their hands, having something tangible that people can touch and feel and look and tell you this needs to change, that needs to change. All of that is very important for someone looking to start.
But for the person watching this, you're talking micro from the standpoint of here's the people you need to talk to.
Yeah.
Here's the organization you need to talk to. But probably one of the best speeches I ever heard in my professional career was we were talking about 2000, 2001 earlier
Yes.
off camera. About sort of the tech bubble and that crisis, and Ken Chenault. This is back when I worked for American Express. We were down in Hollywood, Florida. I'll never forget. Never remember. I'll never remember. I'll
Because you
never
forgot.
forget. I got to leave the Jameson alone as well.
All I got was water.
Yeah, it's vodka. It's Click actually.
Shameless product plug.
We were going through, think about it, we were going through a bad market. Spending was down. Think about
Yeah.
the different lines at American Express, and I called it the bunker speech.
Mm-hmm.
He just said, if you stay in the bunker, you're gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
You got to come out of the bunker and fight. And
Yeah.
if we come out of the bunker and fight, we can overcome these odds and overcome all the enemies out there. And it wasn't enemy. Enemy was
Time, or
the
competition,
market,
whatever, yeah.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
But for someone, from a macro standpoint, someone watching this, it's never going to be a perfect time.
No.
And if you're sitting there on a great idea, you got to come out of the bunker, bud.
I agree. I mean, it's sometimes the risk of inaction.
Because you're going to
is
have
what-
you're going to have regret.
Indecision
Yeah.
is a decision.
It is better
And
to
most
try
of the time,
and
the
fail.
worst.
The worst
You
one.
know, an entrepreneur hasn't succeeded until they've gone through a number of failures. I mean, it's true. It's fail fast and fail cheap. But do as much as you can not to fail. Again,
Yeah.
there are ways that you can protect yourself from yourself. But I think the biggest key is today investors are much more savvy. They're more skeptical. We've seen a lot of distrust in the mortgage industry and on Wall Street. It's been a very difficult couple of years. So
Ethics.
investors
Ethics.
and ethics.
Ethics.
Yes. So find and surround yourself by people that are principled and who believe in the kind of things that are going to build great products that really add value to the community. And when I say the community, what I mean is build something people want. Don't build useless crap. No one wants to fund it. Companies like us don't want to build it, and no one wants to buy it. So build something that actually has purpose and value.
And then build a culture.
And then build a culture around it. And talking about ethics in business, you just can't bolt that on. That has to be at the root of your team and on what you stand for. Because I will tell you, people can see through phoniness.
Absolutely.
Great book, Maxwell's Ethics book, Ethics 101, little book. You can read it while you're waiting for a plane. If the world would just actually understand and employ that, we'd all be in a better spot. And it really just comes very simply down to the golden rule. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
It's
And
very
if you
true.
do that, be in a better spot. You'll be running a good business.
I think that I encourage, and I'm an optimist. I say that this country was built on people leaving their jobs and starting companies. I come from a family that's done that. I myself have done that. I work for a person who has done that, continues to do that, and I hire people that want to be around that. There is no greater satisfaction in life than achieving your dreams, even if you've had to fail a couple times to get there. The days of just walking into a corporation and retiring at 60 and it's over. Get out there and innovate. Get out there and change the world. Because I'll tell you something, the younger generation's doing this. I see them every day.
Yeah.
I am so enthused, and my heart is filled with joy when I meet these young people who have ideas that really, really are impactful. And all they need is guidance from people who have been through the fire a couple of times to help them. But that's really exciting. So regardless of your age or your experience level, if you have a product idea or a services idea, get out there and meet the people that can help you accelerate it and get it to market. And go for it. You live once.
Yep.
Don't live with regret.
Awesome interview.
Thank you.
Folks, if you don't watch these 4 segments and get motivated by listening to Christopher, you got to check your
And check your pulse.
pulse because there's no there's no denying why Christopher has been so successful, both starting and building companies. And I'm sure the guys up at TrueFit are really happy that a year and a half ago they got it done and figured out a deal to bring you in, because you're a dynamic guy.
Thank you.
You know your stuff. And I wish you the best of luck moving forward, not only with TrueFit, but anything else you got on your
well, I appreciate
your
that,
whiteboard.
Brad. And I will tell you, I'm very fortunate to work with the team that I work with at
Yeah.
TrueFit. I can't say enough about the character and the talent. Everybody in their life deserves to find what I found at this company.
Cool.
Wow, nice.
That's a hell of a
Sign off.
Yeah.
sign off.
Well, it's genuine.
Yeah.
Those are my guys up there. I love them.
All right.
Thank you,
Christopher Evans, VP, TrueFit Solutions. Check him out on the web. Awesome stuff. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate your time.